All right, and welcome back, everyone, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, right here on the YouTube and the Twitch, and wherever you get your podcast audio worldwide. The bold man is a little under the weather tonight, so we are going to make this short and sweet tonight. We're going to do this in like 5 minutes. No, maybe not 5 minutes. I'm kidding. But but I am solo tonight, so Alicia will hopefully be back next week. And Bill is live in Minneapolis at the TNA show. So he will now, typically he would be joining me right about now, but if it's like last time, they do about an hour's worth of live stuff following the tapings tonight, or the live show tonight, excuse me. So, Dr. Curbs, much love, brother. Well, let's get into it, shall we? So my apologies for not sounding my usual in advance, okay? All right, Dr. Gerbs, what do we got here? Super Chat 20. Thank you. Much love, brother. Says Madvacat, you already know. Check out the new fall scent autumn spice. Ooh, autumn. It is that time of year, isn't it? It's getting a little cooler out. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Apple, maple, cinnamon, vanilla, smoky wood blend. Oh my goodness, that actually sounds nice. I might want to eat my beard after that one. A hint at coming soon at top hat, white face paint, red line, right eye, and the Manson song "Somebody." Is that must be some indie wrestler I'm not familiar with? Is there a Charlie Manson or something? Indie wrestler out there? Is that someone new to the beard brand there, Dr. Gerbs? But thank you very much. There you go. It's that time of year. Go get you some apple, maple, cinnamon stuff. That sounds actually really good. I might have to check that out. I don't have much of a beard, but I've been looking to get something to keep it, not so dry. Still, bonus baby says it ain't getting any cooler here in Louisiana. Still in the 90s. Well, hope you're keeping cool nonetheless, man. I'm in Wisconsin, so we get our whole whopping 3, barely 4 months of summer here. So the rest of the time is one freaking giant question mark. But hey, as we get into what is this? Marilyn Manson song "Somebody's" in the background. A TNA knockout. Oh, okay. So yeah, the lights is up. Yes, the lights are up. So yeah, as we get into all of tonight's stuff, please, folks, make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. We just hit 2,400 subs. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. This has been a long road that we've been doing this, and it's all organic. We never bought subs. We never paid for views or none of that stuff. This is all 1,000% grassroots, and it's thanks to folks like you that help support the show and watch it and keep it going. Because if you weren't here, hey, why are we doing this? But I've been here for 6-7 years now. It's something like that. Gosh, I'd have to go back and check every once in a while. I gotta go back and check and see how long I've been with the show. It's been a while, but we are doing it solo tonight. And like I said, my apologies for not sounding 100% tonight. We'll try to make this short and sweet. But should we do some updates? Big brother. Yeah. Yeah, we were supposed to get a match tonight too, and we didn't get that, did we? We got an attack though. At least I think we were supposed to get a match with them. It was supposed to be versus now it's always card subject to change, but weren't we supposed to get a Nemeth versus the System match tonight? I'm pretty sure. But anyways, nonetheless, maybe someone missing from the show, travel issues, who knows? Sometimes it's all beyond their control, All right. So for September 26th, excuse me, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. That's a Friday. And then taping's the next day, September 27th. We know one match that is happening, and that was announced tonight. Masha Slamovich wants that Knockouts title back. And Ash literally just won it on Heatwave last Sunday. 2 Sundays ago, excuse me. And she had the live celebration tonight, which was great. We'll get into that. But Santino, through Masha, announced that she's going to face Ash by Elegance at Victory Road. So that's the one match we got there so far. And also announced for the card is going to be Moose. That's strange. Well, they got Joe Hendry on here. They got the Nemeths, and they got Matt Hardy. They don't have Jeff Hardy as far as roster going to be participating at Victory Road. Is that a spoiler that we're going to have? Oh, you know what? Jeff can't go to Canada. That's what it is. Jeff can't go to Canada. Jeff Hardy and that pesky... Yeah, Jeff can't go to Canada. Check what? Check your fridges? My fridges are running, yes. Edmonton, 2-time reigning, defending Stanley Cup final losers? Oh, thanks, Mayor. Wow. Wow, Dr. Gerbs doesn't like Jeff Hardy either. Wow. Do you like anyone? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We are all allowed to like and dislike who we want. It's all good. Yo, J-Bone, Jeff can't go to Canada. Yeah, I know. But that just hit me because I was looking at the lineup because they show like roster included, similar to how WWE does. Like, hey, these folks are going to be expected for this date, So, okay. So that's Victory Road. And then we've got some updates for Bound for Glory, which is great to see. Okay, so it was we got the announcement at what Slammiversary. Hardys versus Team 3D one last time. Team 3D, of course, TNA Hall of Famers. And you got to figure the Hardys are right behind them. You know, they're going to be year one ballot shoo-ins for the Hall of Fame, you know, someday. But there's still no mention of the titles here, so who knows? Maybe the titles will not be on the line because they lost them. I don't know. That or it's just going to be an exhibition. Okay. Now we also got announcement tonight from Santino. Good old Santino, and this was at the top of the show, so this is kind of like kicking off the show as same time here. TNA World Championship is going to be on the line at Bound for Glory. Tricky Williams. Trick and A, whatever you want to call him. Trick Williams defending against Mike Santana. He's getting another shot, folks, in Lowell, Mass, as Santino says, because he couldn't say Massachusetts. Haha, gotcha. All right, and we also found out, now this is also skipping ahead here to little spoiler. No, not really. We're going over it, so it's not a spoiler. So whoever wins at Victory Road, Ash by Elegance or Masha Slamovich, whoever ends up TNA Knockouts World Champion, they will defend at Bound for Glory against Indi Hartwell. So Indi Hartwell won the triple threat tonight. That was fun. A fun match. We'll get into that. Who's what? Dr. Gerbs, you're so goofy. All right. Bell's Boy, I like that. Mara's new finishing move will be called the Smooth Operator. I like that. You brought that up in the live reaction, I think. That was good. That's a classic song. Makes me want to listen to that before I call it a night. Okay. Shall we jump into tonight's episode here? So we got some information that we went over already as far as results and stuff for upcoming events. Excuse me. I don't have any other news. So we're just going to keep that end of it short and sweet tonight. We're going to keep moving. I know. We got news and the intro done in less than 15 minutes. Shut up, right? Crazy. All right, here we go. Santino comes out. Big Bound for Glory announcement. Mike Santana, or however he said it. God bless Santino. He's a national treasure. Versus Trick Williams, Bound for Glory, main event. At least I'm assuming this could be the main event. Gary Rossetti in the comments says, I'm guessing Trick's lawyer is still in Baltimore recovering from a cobra. Yeah, he's probably going to show up in the next week or two with like a neck brace on. That's my guess. It's classic heel stuff. Put the neck brace on, and then he'll look around like that, goofy as hell. So yeah, good stuff. Crowd pops. And I got to say, the crowd in Minnesota looked good. A lot of it was dark. You know what? It kind of reminded me of an old school show where like everything in the back, like beyond the first X amount of rows, is all black. You can't tell how many people are there. I have no idea. I'll have to ask Bill later. Um, we'll see. So, all right. Um, Next, we got Gia Miller backstage with Sadè and the Hardys. That is going to be the main event tonight. All right. So next week we are also getting AJ Francis versus Moose. Santana was in part of that promo too. Moose just basically going back and forth with AJ Francis, and Moose telling Santana, "Hey, you go whoop that trick, man." Little Silver Jackson in the Twitch. What's up? Welcome. Says for once you got to see TNA Impact live at 7 Central. It was live on the YouTube channel. Yes. Didn't have to wait till 8 p.m. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They're all over the place with it. And I think the only reason why it's like that is they put it on YouTube to get more eyes on the product, but they don't always do that. Um, and all I can say is just be patient, folks, because we're gonna get that announcement for a TV deal. I'm just gonna say, hopefully, Bound for Glory. And all I'm gonna say is, if it's not by Bound for Glory, hopefully by the end of the year. It's all a process. They're working hard on it. Carlos Silva, the president's talked a lot about it. So just hang in there, folks. Hang in there. And hopefully we'll all be able to watch it together. But like, hey, if you're wondering where I'm watching it every week, it's always TNA Plus. So jump on that app. They got a ton of different deals. All right. Ryan Nemeth comes out and he says, "My big brother." That's the new thing. He throws the raw at the end of it now. He's coming back tonight. Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure they were supposed to have a match tonight, but that card subject to change. They were supposed to face the System, Eddie Edwards and Mike Myers, I believe, or Mike Myers. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Myers, you know who he is. Anyways, Brian Myers, thank you. Wow. The Benadryl's kicking in, folks. The sinuses are going cuckoo. All right, thank you. Yes, Brian Myers, thank you. Okay. All right. Matt Cardona versus Frankie Kazarian, the uncrowned king of TNA. Fun match. It's it's hard for me to root for a guy like Kaz. As much as I love him when he's acted so heelish, it's like, he's such a snot, man. Kaz actually gets the win here with the fade to black. Unfortunately, Ryan's big distraction. Maybe that's why we didn't get the match with Ryan Nemeth and Nick Nemeth, because Ryan was really taking a pounding during that match. I don't know if they said something and I missed it, but maybe that's what it was. Because, man, they were kicking the snot out of Ryan, or Matt Cardona especially was kicking the snot out of Ryan Nemeth, man. Maybe he did something, and I don't know. Maybe we'll hear about it in the news tomorrow. Who knows? Yeah, hopefully, Gary. Hopefully they announce something soon for a TV deal. Hey, Armand, what's up? What it do, TNI fans? Solid, fun episode. Was just hoping for something more since it was a live episode. Yeah, like I said, I think we were missing something tonight. I definitely think we were supposed to get more. A lot of promo stuff, and maybe something was just cut out for time. It's this series of taped episodes and live episodes has really been long, and typically I would have thought they would have had Victory Road around now so that you got about a month's wait until Bound for Glory, but there's only 2 weeks in between Victory Road and Bound for Glory. So the spacing, I think, maybe should have been adjusted a little bit better, but maybe it's just because of the tour and when stuff falls, and it's like, they got to work out when they can go live and what's going to be taped and all that stuff. It's a process. I get it. I just wish, I think the flow of these episodes would have been a little better just if they, like I said, if they had Victory Road earlier. But hey, if that's the least of the problems going on right now, I'm fine with it. Bone Man, you must have been confused. It could have been meant for tomorrow's tapings. I could have swore I saw. Give me 1 second here. I could have sworn I saw a promo pic for it. Come on. Give me my pictures. Where is it? Oh, maybe it's not there. Oh, I thought I had something. There might have been, I don't know. I know they had an article on the, or a photo thing on the website, showed all the stuff, who's going to appear, who's going to be in action, who's going to be there, whatever. So, whatever. It is what it is. But nonetheless, it's, we're going to get a good Victory Road, and we're going to get a good Bound for Glory out of it. So that's that's the end game, right? That's what we want. All right. Oh, kitties are getting treats. Look out. All right. Where are we at here? All right. So, yeah, Kaz gets the win. Kaz has been on a roll, I got to say. Boy, I tell you. Maybe Kaz is going to get another shot at what I was going to say. He mentioned the world title, but he says he's going after. He says he's more interested in the international title. Backlunds. No, not the Intercontinental. No, that just, TNA doesn't have that, babe. Sorry, no. Well, hey, they don't suck. The international title, yeah. So, we'll see. Yeah, and then Steve Macklin comes out. He's all pissed, and he's like, "Bring it!" And Kaz is like, "Eh." What's new, right? Excuse me. All right, we keep going here. Gia Miller. Oh, that's okay. So that I skipped the interview section here. Um, don't crucify me. Gia Miller asks Kaz what's next, and or whatever she asked, and she's like, "Wow." He's like, "Wow, you really suck at interviews," and she's like, "Whatever." Hands him the microphone, and he goes back and forth with himself, and that's when he mentions Steve Macklin in his title, and then Macklin comes out. So that's how that went. So, then we get a promo from the Inspiration. They are still wanting to go after the Knockouts tag titles. Still love the Inspiration. The Elegance brand celebration was a lot of fun. Ended up in a big mess at the end. Inspiration came out. Masha came out. Lei Ying Lee and Zaya Brookside also came out. And they destroyed the painting that was in the ring that was part of the celebration. I said during the live reaction, I said, well, hopefully, maybe they could, sell some copies, smaller copies of the painting online. That'd be great. Looks like Queen Ash with the title. The picture was actually really cool. But I jokingly said, I was like, wow, that's some AI shit right there, man. That's yes, Kaz had a great interview with himself. Yes. All right. What do we got next here? So, speaking of, and I don't know where they put it in here, but or maybe they didn't. This is some stuff from NXT that happened. Joe Hendry showed up and helped Hank and Tank win against the Dark State. What's funny is all he did was yell out his name, and he showed up. And he didn't interfere, but he just showed up and distracted the Dark State. So it's pretty funny. Right. Yeah, I'm getting to that, Little Silver. Yep. Yeah, Zaya Brookside was in the speed tournament, but she didn't win. She had a nice little match. I wish it was a little longer, but it is what it is. She faced Candice LeRae. Now, as great as it would have been to see Zaya Brookside here, she is wrestling against years and years and years of experience. Candice LeRae is no spring chicken. She's quite underrated, in my opinion. In my professional podcasting opinion. There we go. We got it in the show. But yeah, Candice LeRae beat Zaya Brookside. So Zaya Brookside's out of the tournament. Sadly, it will not be coming to TNA soon. So hopefully somewhere down the line we can see Sol Ruca come on back with her speed title. Would be great to see. She did a couple TNA appearances before. It was several months ago. I think it was, I want to say springtime. Don't quote me on the date or anything exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was just when things were starting to get going, and I think she was helping out Jordan Grace before she left. Something like that. I don't know. All right. Back to the show. Injury report. JDC is out. I wrote indefinitely because they said there was no timetable for his return, so I just put indefinitely. What I did hear in the chat, so just to clarify anything and so that fans aren't too worried that are catching this here, JDC apparently is getting married. So good for him. Congratulations. And so that's why he's not around for these tapings. And I'm sure you could go to his socials and see him in his tux or whatever and a neck brace. So, but congrats to Mr. Curtis, as I like to call him, Johnny Curtis. So, yeah. Yeah, I had no clue. He doesn't he 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 I want to say this. Um Shades of Naomi, really? He's not pregnant. Come on. Little different there. Little different. She's gonna be out for 9+ months. And JDC's not gonna be out that long unless he has some kind of like really ridiculously long honeymoon plan that we don't know about. And he has to wear the neck brace for the entire honeymoon. Anyways, uh, all right. So, congrats to him. I mean, hope you get better soon. Wink, wink. Mara Sadè is not 100%, but she is still performing tonight in the main event. Great to see. And great news for Rascal fans. I was going to point out my shirt, but I don't have a Rascal shirt on. I got Jake something on tonight. Anyways, Trey and Wentz are 100%, and they will be in the ring soon. So I'm guessing during the tapings, Victory Road, maybe. We'll see. That's interesting. Little Silver here says Myron Reed is on the TNA rostered page. He may turn heel and join Eric Young. Those are the rumors, but I don't know about that. You're the first person I've heard say that. That's interesting. I'd like it to be someone new, like that Bishop guy from Fourth Rope, Fourth Wall, Fourth Rope, whatever. I keep never remember the name of it. Is it Fourth Rope in New York? Enzo Amore's company he's with. I don't know. Hey, you might be right. You might be right. We'll have to wait and see. But I got a feeling we're going to find out next week. Fourth row. Thank you. I was calling it fourth wall for a while. I was like, no, that's something different. That's a reality thing. Anyways, so yeah, congrats to Wentz and Trey. They're both 100%. Soon to be kicking ass in a ring near you. All right. Mustafa Ali cuts a great politically triggered, I don't know, politically styled promo. He's at the podium and he's talking about Order 4, like it's in New Jersey. I thought it was New York. Well, anyways, East Coast, Yeah, that promo was good. Talks about Order 4 taking out the system. So yeah, because right now the Order 4 is on a roll, except for the main event tonight, but they're doing good. All right, number 1 contenders match. For the knockouts title. So whoever wins this match is going to go against Ash or Masha at Bound for Glory. So we got Indi Hartwell versus Dani Luna versus Jody Threat. Unfortunately, I was behind when I got to this part of the show. I don't know how. I don't know why. Mayor Neeson does not like triple threat matches, apparently. Well, here's an opinion from Armand. What's he got to say here? It says Myron Reed should stick with the Rascals. They got a solid trio going, but one needs to go singles for an X title run. Perhaps the other two tag. Oh, okay. There's an option too. One goes after the X Division title. I like that. Yeah, my vote is for Myron Reed to go after the X Division title. That's my vote. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. Uh-oh. Cats are getting frisky. Look out. So yeah, Indi Hartwell versus Dani Luna versus Jody Threat. This was a lot of fun. I'm going to go back and watch the whole thing. I missed part of the match because I was behind, so I quick skipped forward to get live with the rest of it. Indi Hartwell does get the win here, but man, everyone looked great in this match. I got to say, especially Dani Luna. Dani Luna has been putting forth an extra. It's not a knock on any of them, but I've just been noticing Dani Luna more lately. It's been a while since I see Jody Threat in the ring too. Look, they all did great. I think what it is Dani Luna and her new heel persona is just kicking ass. She's doing well with it. She's doing well. She's developing it well. She can cut those short promos, but what she does in the ring is where it's really going to shine. So, but yeah. So congrats to Indi Hartwell. She will face either Ash by Elegance or Masha Slamovich at Bound for Glory. We'll see what happens. Joe Hendry comes out next. Basically calls out EY and I wanted to mention this. He and many others tonight were wearing that Minnesota shirt, and the proceeds are going to local Minneapolis, Minnesota charities for the victims of that tragedy that happened a few weeks ago. So he thanked everyone for coming out tonight. They have the T-shirt on sale at the TNA merch website. Please go check that out if you want to help. 100% of the proceeds do go to that said charity. So yes, absolutely. Minnesota's in our prayers. And thank you, Antonio. Yes, please smash that like button. We got a nice amount of people in here. Ring that bell for notifications. Hit that sub button. We just hit 2,400. Let's keep it going, folks. Great to see. Keep that sub train rolling. Then EY comes out to confront Joe Hendry. The Northern Armory is with him. Now, they didn't attack him, but they got a match going on. There we go. Lil Silver put it in the chat here. We'll highlight that. TNAmerch.com. There you go. Get that shirt. Thank you. Thank you, Lil Silver. So next week they're going to face off against each other, and EY said next week the cleanse is coming. So something's going to happen, and he says it's going to start with Joe Hendry. Is this the beginning of the end for Joe Hendry in TNA? I'm pretty sure he's going to be wrapping up stuff over the next couple months. Bound for Glory maybe his last. I don't know exactly like how long his contract status is going. But yeah. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, let me know in the chat what you think. Is the cleanse going to be in addition to this group of his, like Agent Zero was for TNA, or is it just a way of beating him? Let me know in the chat what you think it's going to be. No wrong answers, unless you're going to say he, spits, green mist in his face. I don't think EY is going to go that direction. We're not going mystical here, all right? So yeah, can't wait for that next week. The cleanse starts next week. What is going to happen? Let me know in the comments. All right. Santino's talking with Leon Slater. Possibly getting a Leon Slater match next week, defending the title. I think he was told here that the Rascals are healthy. Leon Slater's very excited to see that. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see who faces them from the Rascals. Is it going to be Wentz? Is it going to be the return of Trey Miguel? Is it going to be Myron Reed, the GOAT, the young GOAT? Who knows? Who do you want to see face him? Oh, the T-shirt prices went up? Yeah, you got to watch for those sales, man. You got to watch for those sales. I don't know if they announced them tonight. Sometimes they do. Yeah, you got to watch for those. Check the socials. Sometimes they put promo codes up there. But yeah, look, everything goes up, man. Groceries, gas, everything. It's crazy. I know, man. It sucks. Shoot, I go to some merch sites like Motley Crue or Metallica or some of those bands. They're selling shirts for $50 or more. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. That's why I check out sites like TeePublic. They sell them for $20 or less. Anyways, Jake something was also mentioned by Santino. Okay, I missed that. Thank you. Well, there you go. Jake something. There we go. But I thought he was going after Macklin's title. Maybe he's done doing that. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So yeah, we'll see who Leon Slater faces. Can't wait. Main event time. Order 4, consisting of the Great Hands and Tasha Steelz, flanked by Agent Zero out there in his suit, just looking creepy as hell, versus Mara Sadè and the Hardys. Props to Mara Sadè. Looked great in this match. Like, if she wasn't 100%, I couldn't tell. She looked great in this match. She was dressed as a tribute to another member, another former member of Team Extreme, Lita. Great to see. And I didn't notice it before, but when they said it on commentary during the match, I was like, oh, duh. The netted shirt, the shirt underneath, the baggy pants with all the pockets. It's totally, And she also got a haircut. So, interesting. So, oh, yes. Thank you, Mayor. Yes, I missed that. My bad. Trick said you won't see him in TNA anytime soon. So, Mike had said in I believe a promo earlier, if you're not going to be around here, I'll come to your neck of the woods. So Trick is going to have his hands full in NXT starting next week. Because he was ambushed by DIY showed up on NXT and they clobbered Trick Williams. And I didn't really I like Johnny Gargano, and hey, as far as local favorites from around this area, Tommaso Ciampa is one of the best. From Milwaukee, Wisconsin, by way of Florida, of course. But man, if they're gonna look, we all want to see Trick get beat, well, maybe most of us. At least at one of the big pay-per-views coming up, so that the title comes home. And I'm fine with that. But in the meantime, in order for that title to come home, we have to have Trick Williams healthy, and we can't have him getting sabotaged by people like DIY randomly. So I don't know who Trick is going to face next week. If it's going to be Ciampa, I'm hoping it's Ciampa, because man, you can almost call that a dream match, man. Trick Williams versus Tommaso Ciampa. We'll see. He's probably going to face one of them next week, or maybe both in a handicap match. No. God, no. Please, no. He'll never show up to Bound for Glory because he'll be all banged up. But yeah, I'm like, no, that's not cool. Because that's still, love him or hate him, that's still TNA's champ. And I got to support him to some degree. You understand? So, like I said, if he's going to defend the title, he's got to be healthy. So, quit messing with our guy. That's not our guy. Anyways, you get it. So, excuse me. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll probably have something to talk about next Tuesday night. We'll see. Besides the alien stuff. By the way, cheap plug. Over on that other little show I do, Smash This Podcast, I'm back to doing my weekly wrestling shtick. And, yes, they were chanting Mellow. That was funny. Too funny. And I also, on Tuesday nights, I do live reactions for that new series, Alien Earth. That's on Hulu and FX. So if you're into that show and you like it, and you like live reactions, and you want to help support me and other stuff that I do podcasting wise, please join me on Tuesday nights. So just look up Smash This Podcast on YouTube or Twitch. Either way. All right. So order for Great Hands, Tasha Steelz versus Mara Sadè Hardys. Fun main event match. I'd say the Great Hands really did a good job here. Made you wonder if the Hardys were going to pull this off, but Mara Sadè absolutely did. She did what someone called it in the chat earlier, called it elite assault, the moonsault. So props to Mara, and it was absolute spot on money. Absolute spot on. Couldn't have been any better. Unless it was Tiffany Stratton or something. That's another universe. Anyways, Alicia here in the chat says Mara has been very impressive as of late. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of her stuff when she was NXT. Like some other people were paying attention more, obviously, than I was. And there's nothing wrong with that. But now she is in TNA, and I can really see how talented she is. And she's killing it. She really is. Norris says he thinks that the Hardys are going to lose the title. Well, we know that they're not going to defend anything in Canada, sadly. So we'll have to see how they do all that. Probably be Bound for Glory. Or no, it won't be Bound for Glory. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. They'll probably tape something for next week for the Nemesis. We'll see. We'll see. Lee James says, how do you feel about her going the leader role? I think it's a great tribute. You know, she's tagging with the Hardys. Why not? You know, she did that great. She looks great in the ring. Seems like she has a great attitude. She's not afraid to stand up to, 7 foot tall, angry Agent Zeros. Props to her for that, man. And she, and another thing I really like about the ending of the show, because at the end, yeah, Mara Sadè and Hardy's got the win. And I noticed there's a couple minutes left and they're not facing the ramp. And I'm like, well, that's just a sign that somebody's going to show up. No entrance music. Nope. But we got the Nemeth brothers. And all of a sudden, they super kicked the Hardys when they turned around. Boom, they're done. And then Mara Sadè is getting in Nick Nemeth's face. And he super kicks her in the face. And she is out. She is out cold. I'm like, what the hell? That's 2 weeks in a row. I mean, props to her for, being tough. But last week, she practically got the clothesline from hell. Not 100% like they said in the injury report. Now she got sweet chin music with her head almost flying off. Come on. It's wild. So she's got to get some revenge. And Tasha Steelz beat her the week before too. So Mara Sadè is, she's not just, undefeated and going straight to the top. No, man, she's had a rough road since joining. She's had some wins, she's had some losses, but she's doing it. She's doing it with class, honestly. Little hard to watch. Oh, sorry, Mayor. Damn. They got hit with the zigzag. I thought they got super kicked. My bad. No, that was just her that got super kicked. Sorry. I'm heavily medicated. Give me a break. Oh, man. So, but yeah. Fun episode. It felt like, like I said, it felt kind of like something was missing. I think we were supposed to get one more match. This was very, very promo heavy, but still a great match, still a great show. Enjoyed it a lot. Let me know what you liked most about it, or maybe if it wasn't your cup of tea tonight. I get it. We've had a lot of episodes in between special events and such, and Victory Road is, when is Victory Road? 2 weeks. September 26th. Friday, September 26th. So a few weeks from tomorrow, or depending where you're watching from later today. But yeah, that's it for this one. Like I said, I try to keep this short and sweet. We got it under an hour, folks. Boom. Can't beat that. The single Bone Man show. All right. And like I said, my apologies for not being 100% tonight. The sinuses are killing me. So, but yeah, But yeah, so make sure on your way out of here, folks, make sure you check all the links in the description. Give the crew a follow. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of our content hits your screen. Make sure you check out on Wednesdays, Team TNI UK, our UK brothers from across the pond. Go give them some love. Watch on Wednesday afternoons with them if you're in the U.S. Of course, if you're from across the pond, it's much later in the day. Not too late, though. Norris Sparks says that's sweet. He's excited about Moose versus AJ Francis next week. Should be great. But yeah, so much love, everyone. Thanks for joining me. And we will see you next week and sooner if you join me over on Smash This Podcast on Tuesdays. And who knows? If AJ Lee comes back tomorrow night, you might see the Bone Man live over on Smash This Podcast. We'll wait and see. So pay attention to the socials, all right? Give me a follow. Take care. Much love, everyone.